tuning in early for our Your Life event broadcast of today's high school girls hockey matchup between the International Falls Broncos and the Prairie Center Blue Devils. And just wanted to take a quick second to make sure we got the live video feed of today's senior night celebration for the Bronco girls hockey players. Broncos honoring 4 seniors for today, so we're going to make sure that we give them the proper spotlight that they deserve. Excuse me. Someone's walking through the area. And so, as I was saying, we're going to be honoring 4 seniors on the Bronco girls hockey team. Starting off, goaltender number 35, Alexis Davis. She's been on the ice for a total of 13 years, with 11 of those spent on defense. And she recently switched to goalie during her sophomore season. Her favorite hockey memory is last year in Long Prairie when she had a puck come straight at her head. She went down in slow motion. It was also her first win. And her future plans, she wants to attend UMD and pursue a degree in mechanical engineering, eventually earning her master's as well. Her advice to underclassmen: keep pushing yourselves and always practice as if you're in the game. One thing your teammates will remember her for is apparently her smell, as everyone always says that she apparently smells good. So I will have to ask about that, because that's an interesting thing to be remembered by, is apparently smelling good. I don't think I've ever had a teammate say that about me. Biggest role model and/or who she would like to thank. She'd like to thank her papa and her grandma, her mom, her sister, and also her brother and her coaches over the years for their support. Our next senior is one of the student managers, Morgan DeMars. She has been a manager for 2 years, and her favorite hockey memory is their overnight trip to Long Prairie, as Tenley confidently led them out of the hotel straight to an RV park, and by the time they realized they were going the wrong way, the bus was already waiting, and they were definitely late. And this is why they don't trust Tenley to lead the way, so I have to ask about that memory. Future plans to get a good degree in early childhood education. And her advice to the underclassmen is always give it your all and never take anything for granted. Mistakes are proof that you are trying, and so you can enjoy it while you can. It goes by so fast. And one thing that her teammates is going to remember her for is always bonding with the younger girls, making them feel included, and being someone they could always talk to on or off the ice. Her biggest role model, or someone she'd like to thank, is Emma, for being her biggest role model, and she has consistently been there for her and has supported her in every way throughout her times as a senior. Our next senior is number 12, Addison Brown. She has been playing hockey for 14 years, and her favorite hockey memory is winning the league championship in U15 and scoring the winning shootout goal in Fort Francis. And her future plans is to study sports psychology, and pursue hockey at the collegiate level. Her advice to upperclassmen: hard work, dedication, and discipline will pay off, and if you cheat, you're only hurting yourself. And one thing her teammates will remember her for is her immature senior captain immature senior captain Addie Brown. Interesting thing to be remembered by. And her biggest role model, or someone she'd like to thank, is her dad. She grew up learning the sport from him and seeing how much he loved the sport. He had pushed her to always strive to do her best, not only to please him, but also because he taught her how to love and to play every day like it could be her last. And she would like to thank her mom for being her biggest role model in terms of being the strongest person she knows and always pushing her to be the bigger and better person, not only in hockey but in everyday life. She'd like to thank both her parents for being her biggest supporters and for all the running that they did and all the miles put into their car and the late nights and endless trips just to make her dreams pursuable. And she wouldn't be where she is today without them. The next senior is number 6, Peyton Russo, who has been playing hockey for 3 years. When her favorite hockey memory is when Millie laid her out during practice and just looked at her after. And her future plans is going to attend Rainy River to pursue a career in nursing, along with continuing to play volleyball and softball. And her advice to the underclassmen is to keep her head up no matter what, and they will succeed to the end. And one thing her teammates is always going to remember her for is always being injured, which is unfortunate. And her biggest role model and someone she'd like to thank is her family for always being there for her and pushing her past her limits. And our next senior is number 5, Ava Warner. She's been playing hockey for 8 years, and her favorite memory from hockey is playing her first home game with her sister. And future plans for her is she's attending the College of St. Scholastica, and she's going to major in exercise physiology and occupational therapy. She hopes to continue with dance in some capacity as well. And her advice to underclassmen is to cherish every moment, always give their very best effort out on the ice, and always believe in yourself and never give up. One thing her teammates is going to remember her for is always keeping a positive attitude with the team and having fun with everyone. Her biggest role model and or someone she'd like to thank is her parents and her grandparents for always showing up and being her number one supporters. She wouldn't be where she is today without them. So she wants to say thank you to her dad for putting her in skates, being her first coach, and guiding her throughout her hockey journey. And she'd also like to thank Coach Brian for the effort he has contributed to this team to make this program the best it can be for all the girls. And she wants to thank him for believing in them. And those are our seniors for the class of 2025-2026 Bronco girls hockey. We will certainly never forget you, ladies. Thank you so much for what you've done for the program. And after this, we're going to go back to our intro screen and get ready for our actual broadcast as the two teams are going to get ready to warm up here today. So stay tuned for a full broadcast of today's senior night hockey game between the Innisfil Falls Broncos and the Prairie Center Blue Devils in some Minnesota high school girls hockey action. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM, as well as on YourLiveEvent.com, getting ready for some varsity girls hockey action here in Bronco Arena. We are live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box, and I'm Augie Schmidt, bringing you our live broadcast here tonight between the International Falls Broncos and the Prairie Center Blue Devils for some senior night action for the Broncos. It's going to be a fun one here tonight. These two teams had a battle the last time they met on the ice. It was at Prairie Center, where the Broncos would fall 1-0. A second period goal would be the difference maker that pushed Prairie Center ahead, and great goalie play as well that helped them get the win over the Broncos. So now Broncos looking for some revenge here tonight and tie up the series going into tomorrow's 2 p.m. Hockey Fights Cancer game against the Prairie Center Blue Devils. We're going to be talking about our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game, as well as our starting lineups for today. Also coming up is our national anthem, brought to you by local VFW Post 2948. Join us for Burger Night and Karaoke. Again, we are live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College. 218-283-4475. Or excuse me, 218-598-9300. That was actually the Service Master phone number that I had said earlier. That was incorrect. Service Master is actually the timeouts sponsor. For every timeout in this game, that's brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take great care of you. And our scoreboard sponsor throughout this contest, every time you hear an update of the scoreboard, that's brought to you by Packaging Corporation of America. And then we have our post-game Enbridge Energy and the Domino's Pizza Player of the Game Awards, and that comes at the post-game. We'll hear more about that. It's senior night. We're here in Bronco Arena getting ready for our starting lineups. We'll be back after the break with a word from some of our sponsors.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work. To take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Yours truly, Augie Schmidt here, and we're getting ready for our pregame show. Starting off, we have our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game for tonight's contest. For the Broncos coming into today, they are going to want to try and bring some offense here. They were able to outshoot the Blue Devils in their previous encounter with each other earlier in the season, but sadly, it was a very strong goalie play by the senior, Izzy Lee, who is also going to be the starting goalie for the Blue Devils tonight, that kept the Broncos out of the net. So they need to be solid with their offensive play and continue pushing towards the net while also defending their own. And so that's our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game here today. Going into our starting lineups, we're going to start off with the visitor Blue Devils. Their starting lineup is going to be in the front. It's going to be the freshman, number 5, Peyton Wessel. And then the sophomore, number 8, Ariana Lopez. As well as the senior, number 17, Dalen Diedrich. The two defensemen is going to be number 9, Carly Greenis, and number 12, Caitlin Jones. And in net, as I mentioned earlier, is the senior, Izzy Lee. That's the Prairie Center Blue Devils starting lineup coming in, starting for the Broncos here today. And the two wings is going to be senior number 5, Ava Werner. She is unfortunately injured, but Coach Kershaw said that she's going to be dressing for the opening puck drop, and then after the puck drop, she is going to sub herself out of the game. And so Coach wanted to make sure that for her senior night, she gets a chance to hit the ice. So I love that for Coach, and so she will be subbed out for number 15, Adeline Strapko. The other winger is going to be number 20, the 8th grader, Harper Clay Bundy, who's been getting plenty of minutes this season. The two defensemen for the Broncos is going to be the center is going to be number 12, Addison Brown, the senior. The two defensemen is going to be number 13, Sydney Lindahl-Slatinsky, and number 29, Elise Pavlik. And the starting goalie for tonight for the Broncos is going to be, Coach forgot to mark it down, it is going to be the senior, Alexis Davis. Should have assumed, I probably should have guessed that. And so, once again, it's senior night for the Broncos here today. And so, I'm going to make sure take a chance to show some appreciation to the seniors at the intermission for today. I made sure to record for our Your Live event live stream the senior night ceremony before the game. And now we're going to get ready and step aside, as coming up is our national anthem brought to you by local VFW Post 2948. Join us for Burger Night and Karaoke. And, of course, that was once again our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game. We're live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. We'll be back after the break for opening puck drop of some senior girls hockey action in Bronco Arena. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real, because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just about to have our opening puck drop for today's senior night varsity girls hockey contest between the International Falls Broncos and the Prairie Center Blue Devils. And once again, special shout out to our graduating seniors, 4 players, 1 student manager who are in this year's class. A small class, but certainly a huge impact that these girls are going to be leaving behind here. And so really excited to see this senior night action underway. Once again, one of the starters, 2 of the starters for our today are our seniors. Ava Werner is going to be one of the wings. And she's going to sub out right after the opening puck drop, as she is still technically injured, but Coach wanted to give her a chance to be out on the ice and be with her team on her senior night. And you know what? I love that for her, and I love that Coach is doing that for her. That's why I got a lot of love and respect for Coach Kershaw, so shout out to him. The other senior, Addison Brown, is going to be taking the charge at center for the Broncos here today as they break their huddle over at their own goal and get ready for this opening puck drop here tonight. This is game 1 of a 2-game weekend series. It's Icebox days for you guys. Prairie Center braved the weather conditions to come all the way up here and play some hockey, and so we thank them for that. And so we're going to be back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. for another puck drop where they're going to be having their Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And opening faceoff is going to be won by the Blue Devils, number 8, Ariana Lopez, as they fight for the puck inside of the Broncos' defensive zone. Gets loose, picked up by number 29 of the Broncos, Elise Pavlik. And she's going to try and get the puck up to Addison Brown. The senior flips it back and then flipped right back up the ice to number 15, Adeline Strapko, subbing into the game for Ava Werner following the faceoff. And they flip it all the way into the Blue Devil territory and are going to back off a little so they can get a line change in. And now the puck is recovered behind the net by the Broncos. Pass up to the blue liner. This is Lindahl Slatinsky, Sydney Lindahl Slatinsky specifically. I got to remember, there's 2 of them on the team. As Clay Bundy tries to steal the puck away from the Blue Devils, but it's Bella Ammer who's able to get some forward checking in and knock the puck back into behind the net. And that's almost stolen away by Sydney Lindahl Slatinsky. Puck is loose, now recovered by number 10 of the Broncos, Kalia Jansen. And sadly, the puck gets past the blue liner, Pavlik, and makes its way all the way to the Bronco end of the ice. Now picking it up is number 22, Lexi Wood. Now Bella Amarud gets the puck from past center ice into the attack zone, but that's taken away by number 12, Caitlin Jones. Jones is going to flip it off the wall, try and get up to a teammate. She was looking to get it to number 5, Peyton Wessel. Broncos almost steal it. Puck makes it past the blue line, so they have to back up into the neutral zone. They keep the possession as Jansen flips it into the attack zone and gives her team a chance for a quick line change. Bria Ostendorf trying to flip it up to a teammate, almost stolen away, and now the puck is loose on the near side of the ice and recovered by the Broncos' Lexi Wood. She gets a pass over to number 20, I believe that was. Now the puck is loose behind the net, picked up by the Blue Devils. Pass up the ice and gets past the blue liner, Lexi Wood, and so she's going to skate back and recover it in her own defensive zone. Now she's going to skate down the near side of the ice, slips past one, enters the attack zone. She's going to skate in front of the goal, takes a shot, and goes wide left. A Blue Devil defender was able to get her stick on it and messed up the angle of her shot, and then a blue liner, Clay Bunny went for a long distance shot, and Addison Brown almost able to poke one in. Puck is still loose, couldn't get the cover, but it's recovered by the Blue Devils, number 11, Harper Anderson. Harper Anderson's gonna take it past center ice, flips it off the wall, trying to get it hit in deep into Bronco territory. It's recovered by Sydney Lindahl-Slatinsky. Pass up the ice to Clay Bunny. Clay Bunny loses it and knocked back in by Carly Greenis. And this makes its way behind the net all the way to a Bronco. Hit from behind and couldn't recover. But Addison Brown, the captain, now has the puck, but then lost it, though, as she was entering the attack zone. Luckily, Cindy Lindahl-Slatinsky able to recover it. She takes it past the blue line, makes one miss, but then it gets poked out, but recovered by her teammate, number 17, Tenley Thompson. Puck is loose behind the goal. Knocked away and almost recovered by Amarud, but she gets pushed away, and that's Harper Anderson who's going to come up with it. She's going to pass the puck up to her teammate, number 7, Chloe Wilwarding. But then she loses it, taken away and knocked into neutral ice. So far, no one with a clear possession. Almost Bella Amarud skating away from it, but that gets knocked away from her by Anderson. And then knocked into the Bronco defensive zone. Sydney Lindahl-Slatinsky able to knock it past the blue line. Now the puck is loose in the side of the neutral zone, recovered by the Blue Devils. This is number 5, Peyton Wessel. Wessel, shot on goal, and that is in the net. And the Blue Devils are going to be the first ones to strike in this first period. Goal came at 4:08 in the first period. So Prairie Center with the first goal of the night. 4:08 into the first period. And we are back underway now. Broncos almost with an opportunity, but goes behind the net as Clay Bunny's going to try and recover it over by the right-hand circle inside of the zone. Then Addison Brown able to get a stick on it, but the Blue Devils able to knock it into the neutral zone. Lexi Wood, unassisted. Almost an opportunity for Clay Bunny right in front of the net, but she got bothered by a Blue Devil. And then it was almost number 15, Millie Lindahl-Slatinsky, trying to, Adeline Strapko, almost able to skate around. Broncos lose it in the neutral zone, but take it right back. Strapko sends it past the blue line and gives the team a chance for a line change. But the Blue Devils able to knock it past the blue. Oh, never mind. It actually was great forechecking by Lexi Wood to keep it in. So the goal was by number 5, Peyton Wessel. As Diedrich tried to get past the blue line, knocked out and past the blue, and now it's taken away by the Broncos once again. This is Jansen down near side of the ice. She's going to enter the attack zone. Long shot, stick save by Izzy Lee, and now the puck is over by the left-hand circle just by the wall. Recovered, though, by the Broncos. Almost a shot on net for Tenley Thompson. And Pavlik from the blue line, able to knock it back deep into the zone. Now it's intercepted. This is the Broncos, number 13. Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky almost able to get a shot on net, but no good. And now the puck's going to make its way all the way to the Broncos side of the net. No icing called, and now it's loose on the wall. Lindahl-Satinsky trying to get a stick on it. She was bothered, but luckily Amarud is right there to poke it up the ice. Now Clay Bundy over to Amarud. Amarud's going to take it past center ice. Almost a feed to number 20, Clay Bundy, but it went behind her. But luckily for them, they had Strapko there to keep it in play, but the Blue Devils able to knock it past the blue line into neutral ice. Now pass up the ice to Addison Brown, just out of her reach, can connect with it, but then she recovers in the right-hand circle. Her shot on net goes wide left as her stick was hit by a Blue Devil defender. And then Addison Brown with another opportunity. Puck is loose in front of the ice and recovered by the Blue Devils. But wait, now it's taken away. That is Strapko who gets the steal for the Broncos. And almost a backhander for Addison Brown. Another centering pass, and that no one there to answer. Harper Anderson comes up with the puck. Now Harper Anderson pass the center ice. She knocks it deep into the Bronco territory, recovered by Lexi Wood. Lexi Wood from behind the net. She's going to try and skate around to the right-hand side, gets it up the ice to Addison Brown, but that's intercepted by number 17, Diedrich. Diedrich bothered on the wall by a couple of Broncos players. Now the puck is loose behind the net. So far, no one yet with the possession. Now it looked like it was number 8, I believe, Ariana Lopez, who recovers it. And Blue Devils, they lose control and have to back up into the neutral zone as the puck got taken away from them. And just as she was coming off the bench, Tenley Thompson able to steal the puck away, but she was bothered very quickly, but she made sure to lay the boom inside of the Blue Devil zone, and now we have a foul. I think we have a penalty. And yes, we do. We're going to get a Broncos power play at 7:34. I missed the number of the player who had to go to it, but I do believe it was it was either a high sticking or interference. Oh, it was number 5. So she got the goal, and she also got the first penalty of the game, Peyton Wessel. So Broncos get a power play, ladies and gentlemen. Broncos, a great opportunity here for them to come away with a goal. Puck is loose in front of the net, but couldn't get the steal. It was Millie Lindahl-Satinsky was in front of it. Hooking is the call. Tenley Thompson gets the feed up. She brings it past center ice. She's going to try and skate around. Centering pass to Millie Lindahl-Satinsky. And that's a Broncos goal! 5-hole! And that's goal for the Broncos. Millie Lindahl-Satinsky able to get the feed, and that was Tenley Thompson who's going to get the assist on that one. Broncos taking full advantage of the power play goal, and that goal came at the, going to make sure I get the number right, the 8:08 mark of period number 1, and we are now tied up here. Addison Brown on the faceoff for the Broncos, and the Broncos do win it. They were going to knock it deep into the zone. And I'm assuming they're going to award the assist to Tenley Thompson, as the Broncos are trying to already add another one to their goal as they are forcing it along the net. Addison Brown take a huge shot from around the back behind the net. Broncos trying to recover inside the neutral zone.
Millie Lindahl-Satinsky with the assist to number 17, Tenley Thompson, and number 13, Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky.
Aha! Another Bronco who's going to get some points off of that goal. Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky also awarded a assist on that goal for the Broncos. Feed up the ice, intended, I think, for Clay Bundy, but that's going to be likely. Oh, no icing called, as number 8, Ariana Lopez, was right there to recover the puck behind the net. feed up in almost a centering pass for Tenley Thompson. That was a great pass by Bella Amarud, who's also going to steal it right back inside the neutral zone. Broncos trying to take control and keep the pressure going here. Pass off the wall, get recovered immediately by Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky, who was just coming off of the bench for the Broncos. Gets it poked away by Lopez, but then she recovers it. But it's going to be taken inside of the Broncos zone by number 11, I believe, Harper Anderson of the Blue Devils. Broncos able to force it out into the neutral zone, but recovered by the Blue Devils. But now that's stolen away. This is Jansen. She's going to go for the wrister just past the blue line, and that's going to be a catch by Izzy Lee, the starting goaltender for the Blue Devils. And so we're going to get a quick goalie stoppage. They're going to do the face-off in the right-hand circle of the in the Blue Devil zone. Addison Brown once again in for the face-off for the Broncos. The senior center, senior captain, senior leader, able to win the face-off, but stolen away by the Blue Devils. Almost Claiborne taking a hit there, but ended up doing it. Taking the puck back for the Broncos as they are going to knock the puck deep into the zone of the Blue Devils. Almost stolen away. Now the puck is loose. It's going to be anyone's possession. Strapko is going to knock it off the wall. She gets it to Addison Brown. Addison Brown from behind the net. She's going to skate to the right-hand side from the right-hand circle. Skating around, pass up to the blue line to Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky. Long shot hit the shins of a Blue Devil player, and that they're going to take it away. That's, I believe that was number 13. Oh, no, 17. Now the Blue Devils, they're going to try and make a push up the far side of the ice. Peyton Wessel lost it, but then she recovers it behind the Broncos. That centering pass almost intercepted by Clay Bunny. Instead, it's going to go past. It's going to split the seam between two Blue Devil players and makes its way all the way to the other side of the ice. So they have to start back from square one. Less than 6 minutes left here in period number one. It's a tied game as Lexi Wood knocks it into the defensive zone of the Blue Devils. And almost Bella Amarud getting the steal inside the zone, but it's recovered by number 17, Dalen Diedrich. Almost Amarud with another steal there. Diedrich trying to cross the blue line. She does, but it's knocked away from her, so she can't make a play on it. Broncos knock it back into the neutral zone. Now it's Amarud fighting to take the puck away. It's recovered by number 8, Ariana Lopez. Lopez gets it stolen away. Millie Lindahl-Satinsky pass across the ice to Tenley Thompson, who's going to take it across the blue line. She gets it knocked away from her as she was trying to skate between 3 different Blue Devils players, and they get the steal it back, and there it's going to be bounced off the wall and sent all the way to the Broncos side of the ice, and that's going to be an icing called. I'm pretty sure our first icing of the game, so that's going to bring us all the way back to the Blue Devil defensive zone with 5 minutes left in period number one. Technically, 5 minutes, 1 second left in the period as we are tied on the PCA scoreboard 1-1 between the Broncos and the Blue Devils. As the puck is going to be loose behind the net, almost recovered by the Blue Devils, stolen away by the Broncos. Number 17, Tenley Thompson. Tenley Thompson trying to go for a wrister, but she was bothered and also hit the shins of a Blue Devils defender. Now the Blue Devils with possession, poked out by Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky. Now that's going to be knocked into the Blue Devil zone. No icing called. Recovered by Pavlik. Pavlik trying to get a pass up the ice to Clay Bundy. She gets it poked out. Now she's bothered at the wall by 3 different Blue Devils, and Pavlik's going to knock it down the ice again. But it's taken right back. Blue Devils knock it back into the Broncos zone, but because they were just on the other side of center ice, excuse me, that's going to be a face-off, an icing that takes us to a face-off inside of the Blue Devils defensive zone. 4.5 minutes left here in period number one. Broncos and Blue Devils tied on the PCA scoreboard, 1-1. Face-off makes its way just in front of the Blue Devils goal. No one there to get the possession, but Broncos recover. Blue liner Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky takes a shot on the net. Stick save, though, by Izzy Lee. Now the puck is on the wall. Almost taken away by the Broncos. And a centering pass. No one there just yet to recover it. And Bella Amarud trying to get the backhand, but that's taken away. But Cindy Lindahl-Satinsky, who was trying to knock it back deep into the zone, accidentally hit her own teammate's shins. And luckily recovered by Pavlik. Pavlik's going to send it across the blue line. Tenley Thompson bothered just as she was crossing and then taken back into the neutral zone by the Blue Devils. Broncos take it right back as Jansen's going to cross the blue line. She's going to get a pass off the wall, try and send it all the way around. She's looking for Tenley Thompson. Thompson bothered on the wall. She can't get the possession, but Amherst centering pass intercepted, intended for Jansen. Broncos get it right back in the neutral zone. They take it back into the attack zone. Centering pass, Tenley Thompson can't get control, but luckily that was Lexi Wood who went for the shot. Her wrister went wide right though, and Broncos keeping it inside of the attack zone. Long shot, a wrister from the blue line by Amarud, and Broncos going to take the chance for the line change. Blue Devils, they are trying to send some, trying to get a quick attack on the net here. Caitlin Jones goes for the long shot. Stick save by Lexus Davis. Another shot goes wide right for the Blue Devils. That was, I believe, number 5, trying to get her second goal of the game. And I think we're not going to get a tripping. Lexi Wood hit the ice hard for... And so no tripping call there. Werner, the younger sister of Ava Werner, on the ice there. As Clay Bunny able to squeeze past one Blue Devil player. As another one was accidentally ended up hitting the ref. A little bump while trying to skate by. Now the puck is loose inside of the neutral zone. Recovered by the Broncos just past the blue line in their own zone. Pass deep up the ice to Tenley Thompson. A nice feed from Lexi Wood. Tenley Thompson's going to skate around and try and kill off some time so her teammates can get the substitution in. They do, and it's the scene. And it's one of the upperclassmen, Sydney Lindell-Satiski, forcing it into the defensive zone. Broncos take it right back. Pavlik had to back off, though, avoid the offsides penalty. This is number 13. Number 13? For the Blue Devils, just past the ice. Shot on net goes over the head of Alexis Davis, and so that's going to be too high. And under 2 minutes left here in period number 1. Pavlik gets the puck. She's going to bring it back and skate from behind her net, trying to give herself a running start. Passes it backwards. She's going to get it over to Cindy Lindell-Satiski. Satiski can't get it past the blue line. Stop forechecking. Good forechecking by the Blue Devils. But finally, the Broncos get into the neutral zone just as the Blue Devils are trying to go for a quick substitution. And now that's going to be knocked deep into the Bronco territory by Cindy Lindell-Satiski. And they give themselves an opportunity for a line change. Broncos steal it back in the neutral zone after the Blue Devils are able to get it out. Now Millie Lindell-Satinsky from the blue line. Shot, and where did that go? Millie Lindell-Satinsky trying to nutmeg the defender that was right in front of her. Somehow ended up going up and into the jersey of the Blue Devil player. And so that's going to be a quick stoppage. Just over a minute left here in period number 1. And now Amarud recovers the puck from behind the net, gets it pass up to intended for, I believe, number 10. Now a little blue liner goes for the shot. Final minute of the first period as the puck gets past Werner. Werner's going to recover it inside the Blues, the neutral zone. Gets the pass up to Bella Amarud, but that's stolen away by number 11, Harper Anderson. Broncos take it right back, but then knocked back into the defensive zone. Now it's still inside the neutral zone. Broncos just trying to get another force up the ice, but nice pass off the wall by Harper Anderson to try and get it deep into the Broncos zone. She's being bothered by Werner. Werner still centering pass, almost an opportunity for a shot on goal. Slipped past one Blue Devil, but then recovered by the other one. Shot on was by number 12, Caitlin Jones, and she ended up hitting the shins of a Bronco defender. Now the puck is in the neutral zone. Blue Devils trying to get one last chance on net. Pass up the ice, knocked away by Lexi Wood, and the puck is going to make its way along the wall. Final second of the game, and that's going to be it for period number 1. What a period that was. The PCA scoreboard says it is currently tied 1-1 on the scoreboard, and Broncos have certainly been pushing the net here. Broncos 13 shots on net, and the Blue Devils 4 in that first period alone. We're gonna step aside and get ready for our intermission here. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSCM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country, 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And currently the score on the Packaging Corporation of America scoreboard is 1-1. We have a tied game going into period number 2. The Broncos are celebrating senior night for the girls hockey team, and it was quite a game that we had here so far in this first period. Let's give a quick recap here. The game started off with a penalty, with the goal that came just past 4 minutes at the 4:08 mark in period number 1 by the number 5 of Prairie Center, Peyton Wessel, an unassisted goal to start off the scoring here. And then at the 7:34 mark, it would be a hooking penalty also called against Wessel. And that led to a Broncos power play goal by Millie Lindahl-Slatinsky at the 8:08 mark. She was assisted by Tanley Thompson as well as by her sister Millie Lindahl-Slatinsky, Sydney Lindahl-Slatinsky. And it was a huge goal for the Broncos because, for one, they were able to find the back of the net and tie the game up going into the second period. But also, that was the first goal of the season for Millie Lindahl-Slatinsky. So congratulations to her on getting her first goal of the season. For Wessel of Prairie Center, that was her 8th goal of the year, 10th point of the year for Wessel, and so she was actually the leader for the Blue Devils in goals this season so far, and that one is going to push her even higher with the goals this year. And so going into period number 2, what is our Border Chevrolet GMC keys to the game? Well, the Broncos, they got to keep pushing the net. They outshot the Blue Devils 13-4, and so they need to have that similar kind of offensive production, but they need to try and get those pucks into the net more often now. And so once again, Broncos and Blue Devils tied 1-1 here. They're celebrating senior night, and so going to take a second and talk about those graduating seniors for the Broncos girls hockey team, starting off here with number 35, the goaltender for tonight, Alexis Davis. She's been on the ice for a total of 13 years, with 11 of those spent on defense. And only recently did she actually switch to goalie during her sophomore season. Last year in Long Prairie, her favorite memory from hockey is last year in Long Prairie when she had a puck come straight at her head and she went down in slow motion. And it was also her first win in net. And her future plans is she plans on attending UMD and pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering, eventually earning her master's as well. Her advice to underclassmen is to keep pushing yourselves and always practice as if you are in a game. And one thing her teammates will remember her for is apparently her smell. According to her, everyone always tells her that she smells good. So, interesting. And one thing her biggest role model was her papa, her grandma, her mom, and her sister, as well as her brother, and all of her coaches over the years, as well as all their support, which she is very, very thankful for. Another senior for the Broncos is student manager Morgan DeMars, who has been a manager for 2 years, and her favorite hockey memory is an overnight trip to Long Prairie, where Tanley Thompson apparently confidently led them out of the hotel straight to an RV park. And by the time they had realized they were going the wrong way, the bus was already waiting and they were definitely late, and that's why they don't trust Tenley to lead the way. So, so I think that might be my favorite one. And her future plans is to get a degree in early childhood education, and her advice to underclassmen is to always give it your all and never take anything for granted. Mistakes are proof that you are trying, and so enjoy it while you can. It goes by so very fast. And the thing her teammates will remember her for is always bonding with the younger girls, making them feel included, and being someone that they could always talk to on or off the ice. And her biggest role model, and someone she'd like to thank, is Emma for being her biggest role model and consistently being there for her and always supporting her in every way throughout her times as a senior. Another Broncos senior is the center, Addison Brown, as well as the team captain. She has been playing hockey for 14 years, and her favorite memory is winning the league championship in U15 and scoring the game winner in a shootout in Fort Francis. And her future plans is to study sports psychology and pursue hockey at the collegiate level. And her advice to underclassmen is to work hard and dedicate and discipline themselves, and it will pay off. And if you cheat, You're only hurting yourself. And one thing her teammates will remember her for is apparently being immature senior captain Addison Brown, or Addie Brown. So, quite the thing to be remembered for. Her biggest role model and someone she'd like to thank is her hockey-wise is her dad. She grew up learning the sport from him and seeing how much he loved the sport, and he pushed her to always strive to do her best, not only to please him, but because he taught her how to love and play every day like it could be her last. And she'd like to thank her mom as well for being her biggest role model in terms of being the strongest person she knows and always pushing her to be the bigger and better person, not only in hockey, but in everyday life. And she'd like to thank both of her parents for being her biggest supporters and for all the running they did and all the miles and miles she put on their car in the late nights and endless trips just to make her dreams pursuable. And she wouldn't be where she is today without them. As Addison Brown is one of the Canadian players who makes the trip all the way from I believe Rainy River or Rainy Lake, all the way to International Falls to play hockey with the Broncos, and we love her dedication to the craft. Another senior graduating is Peyton Roseau, number 6. Sadly, she is injured for today, and she's been playing hockey for 3 years, and her favorite hockey memory is when Millie Lindahl-Slatinsky had laid her out during practice and just looked at her afterwards. Her future plans is going to Rainy River Community College to pursue a career in nursing along with continuing to play volleyball and softball. Her advice to the underclassmen is to keep her head up no matter what, and you will succeed in the end. And one thing her teammates will remember her for is always being injured, which is unfortunate. And her biggest role model, and someone she'd like to thank, is her family for always being there for her and pushing her past her limits. Finally, and certainly last but certainly not least, number 5, Ava Werner, our other senior graduating. She's been playing hockey for 8 years, and her favorite memory is playing her first home game with her sister, who is on the Bronco lineup, playing her... I gotta double check and make sure I don't say the wrong... her 8th grade season of varsity hockey, Liv Werner. And her advice to the underclassmen is to cherish every moment, always give your very best effort out on the ice, and always believe in yourself and never give up. One thing her teammates is going to remember her for is always keeping a positive attitude with the team and having fun with everyone. And her future plans is to attend the College of St. Scholastica and major in exercise physiology and occupational therapy, as she hopes to continue with dance in some capacity. And her biggest role model and someone she'd like to thank is her parents and her grandparents for always showing up and being her number one supporters, and she wouldn't be where she is today without them. She wants to thank her dad for putting her in skates and being her first coach and guiding her throughout her hockey journey. And she also wants to thank Coach Brian Kershaw for the effort he has contributed to this team and make this program the best it can be for all the girls. And she wants to thank Coach Kershaw for believing in them. So many very sweet words, very sweet sentiments from these seniors. And I want to personally thank them as well because I know I got to be a part of three of their years in hockey as the sports announcer for the Broncos, and it's certainly been quite a time. And so I want to wish them all the very best of luck as they move on in life after today. But before we get to that point, we need to get to this second period of action here. We have a tied game. The Broncos won, the Blue Devils won, and period number 2 is certainly just about to start here, ladies and gentlemen. Broncos on your radio dial, they're now going to be going left to right, wearing their white home jerseys with the yellow shoulders. The Blue Devils of Prairie Center are going to be going right to left with their blue away jerseys and white shoulders. In the net for the Blue Devils is senior goalie Izzy Lee. Once more, for a second, I thought the referee was going to jokingly do a face-off without the Broncos out in position, but luckily he let them leave their bench as the opening face-off is underway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now the start of period number 2. And the puck is loose inside of the neutral zone, but recovered by the goal scorer for the Blue Devils, number 5, but taken away from it. Now the Broncos get the puck inside of the neutral zone. Strapko had to park the brakes a little too hard there, and so she wasn't able to recover the puck as it was going behind her. But now Clay Bunny gets a steal in the neutral zone. She's trying to hit the puck up the ice, and she does, but that's going right into the possession of number 12, Caitlin Jones. Now the Broncos able to push it deep into the territory of the Blue Devils. Strapko able to knock it out and centering pass almost, but that gets knocked on the stick of a Blue Devil. So Addison Brown couldn't get the centering pass clean. Another centering pass, but Strapko wasn't able to get to it. Another pass, centering pass. Addison Brown can't get to it in time, but we could have an opportunity. Shot on net, and that's a save. That was Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky trying to get the second goal of the game. Almost had both Lindahl-Satinsky sisters with a goal in today's game, but the 5-hole ended up closing. So a good save by Izzy Lee, the goaltender for the Blue Devils here today. Face off in the left-hand circle inside of the Blue Devils zone. And it's Bella Amrud in for the face-off. She won't be able to get there in time. It's recovered by number 13 of the Blue Devils, but kept in play by the blue liner, Lexi Wood. But taken right back by the Blue Devils. Getting past the blue line is number 13. She gets the pass up to number 11, Harper Anderson. Anderson hits it deep into the Broncos zone, recovered by Bella Amrud behind the net. She's going to skate out to the left-hand side. Taken away, though, by number 4, Millie Meyer. Now, almost a centering pass by Chloe Wilwarding, but taken right back by the Broncos. Lexi Wood trying to get it past a couple of players, but it's knocked away from her. Now, finally, the Broncos get it into the neutral zone and almost hit right back into the zone, but that's an interception for the Broncos' number 10. Kalia Jansen. She gets knocked from in the back, and now the puck gets back into the neutral zone. Broncos take it right back. Jansen with another opportunity. She hits it deep into the Blue Devil zone. She'll take a chance for a quick line change, her and Tenley Thompson. Now the Broncos trying to get in the way of number 3, Ostendorf. And a deep shot, and that's going to be a cover for Alexis Davis. And so that's a goalie stoppage. Just over 2 minutes into period number 2. I almost said period number 1. We are way past period number 1 at this point. Face off in the left-hand circle in the Broncos zone, and it's going to be the Blue Devils recovering, but accidentally kicked all the way to the other side. Harper Clay Bundy, I guess they're going to say it was not an icing call, as it was only off the skate of Clay Bundy, so accidentally made a pretty solid play as Lindahl-Satinsky had to knock it backwards, almost a loose run for number 5, Peyton Wessel, before it got knocked away. Now the Broncos recover it. Lindahl-Satinsky trying to take it from behind the Bronco net, but that led to a centering pass for the Blue Devils. No one there to answer, though. Now Strapko trying to knock it out. Can't. Lindahl-Satinsky, no good. Shot on net goes wide to the right. That was once again Wessel getting the shot on net for the Blue Devils. Now the puck is loose over by the left-hand circle inside the Broncos zone. Recovered over by the blue line by number 12, Caitlin Jones. She's going to pass it off the wall. Almost gets taken away by Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky. Eventually makes it way to a blue liner as Lindahl-Satinsky hits the ice. Shot on goal goes wide left. Nobody there for the centering pass, and now the puck's going to make its way along the wall to Pavlik from behind her own net. She's going to try and skate around. Pass up the ice intended for Clay Bundy. Couldn't get to it, but now she does. She gets the pass puck off the wall, and it could be a feed. We could have a huge opportunity for Strapko. She backhands it. Stick save by Lee, and now it's Addison Brown who can't slip it past. No goal. Almost a goal for the senior Addison Brown as the Blue Devils able to not get it past the blue line, but Werner able to knock it back deep into the zone. We get a pass, and I think we're going to get an icing called. We do. So, icing called with a little... Number 2, face-off in the right-hand circle inside of the Blue Devil zone, and the face-off is going to be won by the Broncos as Lexi Wood bounced off the wall, trying to get it up the ice to Millie Lindahl-Santiski. Taken away, though, and knocked deep into the zone. I think we're going to get another icing against the Blue Devils. And there's the whistle. Yes, that is another icing. 12:53 to go. We are just about 5 minutes into the second period of action. Broncos already able to add on 3 more shots on net to their total. A repeat of their previous meeting with the Blue Devils of Prairie Center, where they were able to outshoot them, but not all the pucks were able to get on net. Lexi Wood trying to backhand it back deep into the zone, trying to get it to Lindahl-Santiski. Millie Lindahl-Santiski laying the boom, and she allows for Bella Amrud. Amrud centering pass intended for Millie Lindahl-Santiski. No good, but Werner able to knock it back just temporarily, though, and now we got a steam for Harper Anderson. She's speeding down the far side of the ice. Pass goes behind the net and almost taken away by Tenley Thompson. Puck is loose in front of the net. Now taken away. This is Millie Lindahl-Santiski with the interception. Gets it past the blue line. Blue Devils have to backtrack a little as it's kicked into the Broncos zone and recovered by number 22, Lexi Wood. Lexi Wood trying to get a pass off. That gets interrupted. Almost taken away, but then Lexi Wood recovers the puck, and now she bounced off the wall and gets it deep into the Blue Devil territory. Bella Amrud hot on the heels of number 9, Carly Greenis. Greenis almost gets it taken away. Now the Broncos, Lexi Wood on the right-hand circle inside of the Blue Devil zone, trying to get the pass over to a teammate, but can't get there. Taken away by number 13. She's able to get the pass off the wall and all the way into the neutral zone, but Clay Bunny able to knock it back deep into the Blue Devil zone. They recover it on the near side of the ice. Almost intercepted by Addison Brown. Instead, it's Strapko to Brown. Addison Brown. Shot on net goes over the goal. It was number 9, Greenis, who was able to get a stick on the puck. Now Addison Brown over to Sydney Lindahl-Santiski. Her shot goes wide right, hitting a couple of the Blue Devils' hockey sticks. Now it's Clay Bundy behind the net to Addison Brown. Addison Brown trying to slip one in. No good. Puck is loose. Recovered over by the right-hand circle by Tenley Thompson. Thompson's going to push it deep in. Addison Brown recovers from the right-hand circle. Addison Brown skating around. Shot on net. And that's a goal for the senior! Addison Brown for the Broncos taking the lead here. And you know she was pushing to get that senior night goal, and she did indeed. Addison Brown from the right-hand circle, able to slip it right past the stick hand of Izzy Lee, and taking the lead for the Broncos now 2-1. What a great effort there by the senior Addison Brown. Certainly the kind of effort you expect from a senior leader, as Addison Brown is also one of the leading scorers for the Broncos in goals and points. Sydney Lindahl-Santiski recovers the puck after the faceoff.
Scoring for the Broncos, number 12, Addison Brown. With the assist to number 20, Harper Clay Bundy, and number 15, Adeline Stratko. That's Brown.
So the 8th grader Clay Bunny awarded one of the assists, and then Strapko also given an assist on the goal by Addison Brown. So from the 8th grader to the senior, what a age gap that is between the two teammates, and you love to see it. You love to see the young and the old. I feel bad now calling it old. The young and the old both working together to try and get a win here on senior night. Pass up the ice, intercepted by the Blue Devils, but taken away by Tenley Thompson. She pokes it out. She's almost able to get another steal as her team. She's trying to keep the puck inside of the Blue Devils zone as the team's going for the line change. They get the successful line change. Lexi Wood gets the steal, centering pass, nobody there to take it away. Now that's a backhander by Bree Ostendorf, who's able to knock it all the way over, and the puck's going to make its way all the way to the other side of the ice. No icing called. For a second I thought there might be, but nope, no dice. Puck is loose inside of the Broncos zone. No one yet. Now it's going to be taken away by Millie Lindahl-Santiski. She makes one miss. She's entering the blue zone. Long shot, and that goes right into the chest of Izzy Lee for the goalie stoppage. Keeping the PCA scoreboard at 2-1. Broncos leading, thanks to the goal by the senior, Addison Brown. had to double check something because I wasn't sure what I had forgotten what grade that Strapko is in, and she is also an 8th grader. So 2 8th graders assisting the senior and getting a goal on senior night. Werner, Liv Werner, younger sister of Ava Werner, an 8th grader, takes it past the blue line, entering the attack zone. She gets it poked out, but she made a great advance offensively, but that's taken away by the Blue Devils. Now pass deep into the neutral zone to Harper Anderson. She's going to have to backtrack a little and regain control. She knocks it into the defensive zone of the Broncos. Pass off the wall by the Broncos, taken away by Anderson. Anderson trying to go for a shot on net, but that goes wide left. Nobody there for a rebound as the puck is loose. And number 8, Ariana Lopez doing a good job there, playing defense despite losing her stick as the Blue Devils keep the puck inside of the Broncos zone. Now it's loose over by the left-hand circle. Lexi Wood able to box out Blue Devil, and now she's going to take it from behind the net over to the near side of the ice. She's trying to skate down the ice, and falling, she gets a pass down, and she was able to get past the blue line just in time to avoid what could have been a very big icing penalty, but she recovered in time. Deep pass up the ice. Broncos defense playing solid though. Strapko over to Brown. Addison Brown back to Strapko, back to Brown. Addison Brown on the right-hand side. Left-hand circle. She's going to try and skate around. Can't sneak it in, but then she passed backwards to Pavlik. Pavlik can't get the wrist slap shot. Ends up fanning on the puck. Now it's loose. Finally able to get it out of their zone. That was an icing against the Blue Devils. Huge opportunity, though, for the Broncos in that series of events. Addison Brown, a couple of times now, she's been able to skate from behind the net and try and sneak one in, and just a solid goalie play by Izzy Lee, keeping her out of the net. Face-off in the left-hand circle inside of the Blue Devils zone. Emerud in for the Broncos for the face-off. She's going to try and keep Caitlin Jones from getting the pass up the ice, but she does get it past the blue line. Broncos, and that's going to be offsides against the Broncos. It was, I believe, Lindahl Slatinsky who ended up stopping the puck from going down the ice, but then that led to the offsides penalty. Jansen speeding over to try and take it away. It's Brie Ostendorf who gets it past, and I think we're going to get another offside penalty against the Broncos, so we're going to have another face-off inside the neutral zone. Bella Amrud in for the faceoff for the Broncos. Actually, no, correction, she's being subbed out. It's going to be Presley Roseau, younger sister of the senior Peyton Roseau, in for the faceoff for the Broncos. Faceoff is won by the Blue Devils. Taking it away is number 7, Chloe Wilwarding, but she gets disrupted by the Broncos. Taking it right back is Anderson. Anderson trying to get the puck from behind the net. Pavlik gets in her way, though. Puck is loose, recovered by Wilwarding. Wilwarding gets the pass up. Shot on net, hits the shin of Lindahl Slatinsky, and then almost another rebound, but that gets knocked away. Wide right. Almost a centering pass opportunity. Puck is loose in front of the net. Kicked away, though, by Millie Lindahl Slatinsky, but recovered by number 13 of the Blue Devils. She's going to skate from behind the net, then spin around trying to backhand it, but she was bothered by a Bronco. Now the puck is loose on the wall and taken away by number 7 of the Broncos, Hayden Nelson. Hayden Nelson trying to get it past the blue line. She can't just yet, and Blue Devil just hit the ice. Shot on net, great stick save by Alexis Davis. Sydney Lindahl gets the puck up the ice. Now it's Presley Roseau, centering pass, one-on-one, Nelson shot on goal, and that's a glove save by Izzy Lee. What an opportunity there, great feed over to Nelson, and I know she's upset about that, but hey, that was a great opportunity there, and a great feed from Presley Roseau. It was just solid goaltending by the senior Izzy Lee, able to read the puck just in time and get a glove on it. And so face-off to the left-hand circle inside of the Blue Devils zone. Face-off is going to be won by the Blue Devils, but they can't get it out of their own defensive area. Clay Bundy knocks it back in. Strapko box off Addison Brown. Long shot, and that was just outside of the left-hand circle, almost taken away, but then the puck gets knocked out, and it's going to go all the way, and I don't think there's going to be an icing called, so Werner has to try and knock it backwards, find a teammate after a pass behind the net. Almost recovered by the Blue Devils. Now it's the Broncos trying to get a stick on it. Almost a centering pass goes wide right and has to be recovered by Wessel. Wessel went for a centering pass, bounced off of the shin of a Bronco, and Strapko, she gets it stolen away. Now it's Addison Brown from behind the net. She's going to try and skate around, gets past one. She's bothered, though, at the wall. She can't get it up the ice, but she lays the boom! Addison Brown knocking Ostendorf off her feet, and what a hit by the senior. She is active today, ladies and gentlemen. She has been unleashed. Lexi Wood trying to get past one, but it's poked out. Almost a shot on net, right into the chest, though, of Alexis Davis. Dalen Diedrich, a great play offensively. She was able to get the poke out as well as go for the shot on net. It went right into the chest of Alexis Davis, who got the catch and stopped the play right there. We're going to get a face-off in the left-hand circle. Bella Amarud for the Broncos facing off with number 4, Millie Meyer of the Blue Devils. Broncos win the faceoff, gets the puck into the neutral zone, but then lose it. It's the Blue Devils recovering it. Pass up the ice intended for Meyer. Meyer's going to knock it deep into the Broncos zone, and then it's taken away by Pavlik from behind the net. She gets the pass off the wall, but can't get it past number 9, Greenis. Greenis going to pass it, and that gets behind the Broncos' net. Cindy Lindell-Santiski skating around, trying to lose the pursuers that are behind her. She can't get it past the blue line. Tenley Thompson loses it, almost taken away. Centering pass, almost an opportunity for Will Wording, but she can't get the shot off. Puck, I think, maybe gotten past the blue line. Now it definitely is. It makes its way to center ice. Broncos now trying to advance in the neutral zone, but it's taken away. Will Wording able to knock it free back into the Bronco defensive zone. Pass up the wall, almost intercepted by Meyer. Meyer can't get it to a teammate, though. There's a scramble on the wall as the pass is intercepted by Tenley Thompson. Tenley Thompson trying to send it up the wall. Almost a shot on net. That was Caitlin Jones. Caitlin Jones, though, her shot ended up hitting the elbow of a Bronco, I believe. And now the Broncos finally get into the neutral zone. Puck is loose. Recovered by Caitlin Jones. Jones passed deep up the ice. She gets it to Anderson. Anderson's going to try and skate around one Bronco. That's almost poked out. Puck is loose now in the left-hand circle in the Bronco zone. Shot, centering pass. Nobody there to get the rebound. And now the puck, Werner is struggling to get possession of the puck. Fight along the wall, and great job for checking by Caitlin Jones. Shot on net. Puck is loose. Pad save by Alexis Davis. Now the puck makes its way over to this left-hand side of the net. And now the puck is going to make its way to the safety netting. And we're going to get a face-off. Face-off is going to be the right-hand circle inside of the Bronco defensive zone. Broncos going left to right on your radio dial in their white home jerseys. Addison Brown, the senior, in for the faceoff, up against number 8, Ariana Lopez, a sophomore. Almost a shot on net, centering pass stolen away. Now it's Clay Bundy, who's able to knock it into the neutral zone. Broncos trying to force the puck deep in. Strapko knocks what could have been a potential pass. Dangerous situation there, but Izzy Lee able to get the cover in time. And we're going to get a face-off now in the defensive zone of the Blue Devils. Face-off on the right-hand side of the Blue Devil zone. It's Addison Brown facing off with Ariana Lopez. Blue Devils can't get the puck out of the zone. Knocked back in by the Broncos. The blue liner, Werner, centering pass. Nobody there to answer, though. Now it's Ostendorf trying to knock it off the wall, but Broncos keep it in. She's going to get another opportunity. Can't get it past Lexi Wood, though. She gets the pass up to Addison Brown. She's going to try and skate around the wall. She slips past one from behind the net. from the right-hand circle, gets the pass up to the blue liner. Werner across to Lexi Wood, just out of her reach, though. She's still able to get a pass. That goes wide right and bounces off the wall before getting over to Werner. Werner's going to backhand it and recovered by Strapko behind the net. Strapko almost lost it for a second. She's able to poke it out to Addison Brown. Addison Brown, centering pass, almost a shot on net, but Izzy Lee able to bat it away. Puck is loose on the wall. Still can't get it out of their zone, but I think the Blue Devils could have a chance here to finally get it past the blue line, and they do indeed get it up to center ice to their leading scorer, Wessel. Wessel loses it, and she passes it backwards into the blue zone, and almost a big Ostendorf took a big shot. And we're going to have a quick stoppage as Ostendorf is down on the ice. She took a big hit from, I believe, Presley Roseau. And so they're going to take a quick second here. And so we're going to take a quick second and listen to our sponsors. We'll be back after the break. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be...
Thankfully, Bree Ostendorf was able to get back up to her feet and skate over to her team's bench on her own strength. And so grateful to see that. Hopefully we can see her return to this game. And so we're going to get a face-off in the left-hand circle. We have a little over a minute and a half left here in period number 2. A minute 20 to be specific after the face-off. Scramble along the wall. Addison Brown can't get it, but Havlik's going to try and knock it back deep in, but that's almost taken away. Now it does, but recovered inside of the neutral zone by Sydney Lindell-Sintinsky. She gets a pass into the zone. Clay Bundy, she's trying to get a stick on it. She's tripped up a little. Now we have a minute left here. Broncos not get back into the zone. Now they're going to try and get another offensive push towards the net. Strapko trying to force the puck out. She does. Sydney Lindell-Sintinsky able to force the puck back deep into the zone. Strapko gets the pass over to Addison Brown. Addison Brown from the blue line. Centering pass hits the blade. No good. Now Strapko with a shot on net. Hits the glove. Oh, no good. That's a goalie coverage. As we have a bit of a scramble over by just behind the Blue Devil net. Great cover by Izzy Lee, the senior goalie for the Blue Devils, just in time to avoid a second goal of the period, third goal for the Broncos, trying to take a 3-1 lead. That would have been a crucial goal for the Broncos if they wanted to get huge momentum going into period number 3. Either way, just over 30 seconds left here, 36 seconds left in the period. Broncos trying to win the face-off quickly. Bellerud can't get it, but luckily her teammate is there to recover. Pass along the wall. Bella Amarud. Centering pass intended for Tenley Thompson. Werner from the blue line. Hit the back of a blue liner. Centering pass, no good. Nobody there to receive it. And now 15 seconds left. Tenley Westerman with a steal. Tenley Westerman backhands it deep in. Nobody there to take it away, though. And now we're going to get the Blue Devils knocking it out. We're going to get a stoppage. Tenley Westerman is going to be sent to the box with 8 seconds left to go. So she's going to be spending most of her penalty inside of the, she's going to spend most of her time in the penalty box in the third period. And that's going to be a Blue Devil power play coming at 16:52. Broncos just going to knock it deep into the zone, taking advantage of there being no icings with power plays. And Tenley Westman, I believe.
is number 17, Tenley Thompson. 2 minutes for slashing.
And it was a slashing penalty called against Tenley Thompson. And so Broncos going into period number 3. They are leading on the PSA scoreboard 2-1 after a goal by Addison Brown, assisted by Harper Clay Bundy and Strapko to take the 2-1 lead. We're going to get ready for period number 3. You are listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Faculty and staff need to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real, because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August.
It's a tight game here in Bronco Arena as the International Falls Bronco girls hockey team is taking on the Prairie Center Blue Devils in some varsity girls hockey action here. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and watching on YourLiveEvent.com. And we are live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College press box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And I don't know why I'm making that. So far, we haven't had any timeouts yet, but once we do get a timeout, it's going to be brought to you by Service Master of International Falls for home, professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-233-4475. Todd and Gretchen are going to take great care of you. And also, we have our Packaging Corporation of America scoreboard sponsor, and our pregame, we had our national anthem brought to you by local VFW Post 2948. Join us for Burger Night and Karaoke. And we also had our Keys to the Game sponsor brought to you by Border Chevrolet GMC. Quick recap of what happened in the second period. Not too much happened. The Broncos, once again, pushing the net hard as they did in that first period. They ended up adding to their total with another 12 shots on net. And that was compared to the Blue Devils, who did up their shot number by 6. And now they have 10 total shots on net going into the third period. But they need to try and get their offense up some more if they want to try and get a win against the Broncos. First, they need to tie the game, though. That's their biggest key to the game, is not allow the Broncos to get a third goal in this upcoming third period. Broncos, they want to get that third goal, and they also want to try and get maybe a couple more goals and keep the lead in their favor, as this is still anyone's ball game at this point going into the third period. Broncos lead by 1 on the PSA scoreboard. Stay tuned after the game as well, because we do have our post-game player awards, such as our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our Domino's Pizza Player of the Game. Looking for a quick, easy, and delicious dinner? Then look no further than your local Domino's with more than just pizza. Domino's is the perfect carryout after the game, or you can have it delivered. Great deals are always happening at Domino's. 283-3444. Make Domino's your lunch or dinner destination today. And Domino's Pizza Player of the Game is going to receive a free pizza from Domino's here in International Falls. And also stay tuned. I'm going to be interviewing all of the senior girls hockey players after the game as well, because it is senior night, celebrating our graduating seniors for this Bronco girls hockey squad. And let's look at what's to come for our live broadcast here. So looking ahead, for the weekend, of course, we're going to be back here in Bronco Arena to cover her Game 2 of this weekend series between the Broncos and the Blue Devils. Puck drop is at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And so if you're trying to get out of the cold for Icebox days and you want to check out a game, then stop by Bronco Arena. And check out the Bronco girls hockey team hosting the Prairie Center Blue Devils in Game 3. Broncos win tonight means that they will tie up the series this year, and then that would make Saturday the tiebreaker. And also coming up is going to be some girls basketball action on the 26th. Monday, as the Little Fort Big Falls Vikings girls basketball team is going to be hosting the Ely Timberwolves. We had a lot of postponements happen because of the cold weather, so hopefully that game stays as scheduled. And then going into Tuesday night, it's going to be the Bronco girls basketball team hosting North Woods, and that's going to be a 7:15 p.m. tip-off. And that's going to be on Lakes Country 104.1 KCM and also on yourliveevent.com. And so many other fun games coming up here. The Fort Francis Lakers currently on the ice at home, taking on the Cam River Fighting Walleye tonight and tomorrow night. In fact, let's take a quick look here and see how that game is going as the Zamboni is leaving the ice. Right before we go back into another break. Quick update, your Fort Francis Lakers leading in the second period at 2-0 over the defending SIJHL champion Cam River Fighting Walleye. So shout out to the Fort Francis Lakers, shout out to all of our local teams here. I know a lot of teams had to deal with some postponements of games because of this freakish, really terrible cold. It's cold out there, guys. Stay safe, bundle up, and we're going to get ready for our third period of action here. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and
Well, you heard from Ray Miller. It is it's so cold out. We are currently under a cold weather watch. So, like I said, bundle up, stay warm, get your hand warmers, get your feet warmers, wear the extra fuzzy slippers and the extra fuzzy socks, and just stay warm out there, you guys. It's a cold one, which I guess makes sense because it is Icebox Days up here in International Falls. Getting ready for the third period of action here. The senior, Addison Brown, was able to find the back of the net. She currently has the leading number of goals for the Broncos this season, and she was able to do a good job there and get herself a goal on senior night. Third period of action is now underway, ladies and gentlemen. Broncos lead by a goal. They are now going right to left on your radio dial. The senior, Alexis Davis, in the net for the Broncos here today. Pavlik backhands it. The Blue Devils currently in a power play, as Tenley Thompson is currently in the penalty box for the Broncos. So this is a great opportunity to try and start off the third period strong, but Harper Claybunny is able to knock it all the way down to the other end of the ice, and somehow it ricochets off the wall and in front of the net. Almost an opportunity for Addison Brown. Claybunny knocks it back behind the net, and Addison Brown smells blood in the water. She's trying to get the penalty kill for the Blue Devils. Almost a minute left here in the power play as the Blue Devils come up with the puck, almost taken away in the neutral zone. Harper Claybunny trying to keep it in that neutral zone, and finally knocked into the Bronco zone by number 17, Dalen Diedrich, and the Broncos knock it back into the neutral zone, but recovered by number 12, Caitlin Jones. Jones trying to speed her way into the Bronco zone. She's trying to swerve around Bronco. Long shot from just outside of the left-hand circle, went off the side of the net, and now the Broncos force it back into the Blue Devil zone. Blue Devils trying to get another shot at the net here. 25 seconds left, but it's intercepted. Bella Amarode with a chance possibly to get the penalty kill, and off the goal, but that's almost a goal. How did that not go in? What? Almost a backhand from the Broncos number 10. I could have sworn that was going in. Kalia Jansen, and Broncos very likely to kill off this penalty here. A huge opportunity for Bella Amarode and Jansen, but it ended up not being able to sneak one in, and that's going to be it for the penalty power play for the Blue Devils. They go 0 for 1 on their only power play of the game. So far, a pretty clean hockey. Not too many penalties on either sides of the ice. And that's going to be icing against the Broncos, and that's going to send it all the way back to the other side of the ice. We are just over 2 minutes into period number 3. Broncos still leading by 1. And apparently there was a fight in the first period of the Fort Francis Lakers game against the Cam River Fighting Walleye. So all kinds of great action happening here in the borderland. We have some amazing sports teams up here, you guys, on both sides of the border. As the Canadian Addison Brown trying to flip the puck, pass down the far side of the wall and out of the Broncos zone. So far, they can't get it out. Centering pass almost intercepted by the Broncos number 22, Lexi Wood. Claybunny trying to get it past the blue line. She can't. She's being bothered at the wall and finally able to force it through, but then knocked back into center ice. Now Claybunny possibly with an opportunity. Claybunny in front of the net. Can't get it past. Pad saved by Izzy Lee. Izzy Lee, a veteran senior goalie for this Blue Devil squad. Centering pass intended for Claybunny. No foul though. Now it's another opportunity. Stick save by Izzy Lee as a shot a wrister by Addison Brown. She didn't have anyone there to ricochet. Werner recovers the puck inside of the neutral zone, gets the pass off the wall over to Addison Brown. Addison Brown's going to knock it deep into the Blue Devil zone, but they recover it, pass along the wall, and kept in play by the Broncos. Addison Brown trying to slip past number 9, Greenis. Centering pass, can't get it connected with Jansen as she was tied up with the Blue Devil, but luckily Tenley Thompson was able to keep it in play. She took a hit from behind. No call there, though. Now it's Pavlik on the wall. She's getting bothered, and that's taken away by Bree Ostendorf. Ostendorf able to get the puck to her teammate, but it's taken away by the Broncos as Jansen backhands it back behind the net. Tenley Thompson can't keep it in. Pavlik is going to have to hit it back into the zone, and they try to avoid a offside. Excuse me. Sydney Leno-Satinsky bounces the puck off the wall, and that's taken away by the Blue Devils. Pass, trying to get it up the ice, but that's off the blade of Pavlik. Pavlik's going to recover it behind that. She's going to try and skate up the ice down the far side. But that's hit right back into the Broncos zone by Caitlin Jones. Recovered by Lindahl Satinsky. That's Sydney Lindahl Satinsky specifically. She tried to hit it up the ice, but that's almost taken away. Bella Amerud able to knock it off her blades over to Sydney again. And then that's knocked down the ice by number 10, Jansen. Speeding down the ice, and no icing called. Blue Devils recovered by Caitlin Jones from behind her net. She's going to pass it to her right. Oh, no, she fanned on the pass. Now she's able to get it up to Dalen Diedrich. But that's going to be past the blue line. Broncos have to backtrack a little. Now it's Diedrich. Pass up the ice, and now the puck is loose. It's going to be recovered by Lexi Wood, who's going to try and skate around. Gets the puck off the wall, but that's intercepted by Ostendorf. Brie Ostendorf now bothering Nelson at the wall. Shot on net, knocked away by Alexis Davis. Puck is loose. Tenley Thompson able to get the steal. She's going to get it across half court, or half center ice. My goodness, sorry, I've covered so much basketball lately. But then the Blue Devils able to knock it all the way down, and I believe that is indeed going to be an icing against the Blue Devils. So we're going to get a face-off inside of Prairie Center's defensive zone. So face-off between Presley Roseau and Millie Meyer. Won by no one yet. Now it's won by the Blue Devils. Number 13, I believe that is. She's going to take it down the far side of the ice. Knocked out by Sydney Lindahl-Santiski, though. But Blue Devils are covered in the neutral zone. That was number 7, Will Wording, able to pass it backwards to Greenis. Now Broncos trying to recover in the neutral zone. It's Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky. She's going to skate towards the right-hand circle. Passes it backwards to her sister, Millie Lindahl-Satinsky, but that's stolen away by Diedrich. That was Will Wording. Will Wording enters the attack zone, trying to skate around the Broncos. Her shot on goal hits the blades of Pavlik, and Broncos trying to recover it. Millie Lindahl-Satinsky can't get to the puck. Instead, it's going to be Liv Werner. Liv Werner is bothered at the wall, and Broncos still can't get it past the blue line. Liv Werner finally able to get it up to Presley Roseau, but the Blue Devils are covering the neutral zone. This is number 4, Meyer, trying to get it past, but we could have a lane for Liv Werner. She gets it past center ice, passes it backwards to her teammate. That is going to be picked up by, that is Nelson. Now it's Liv Werner who gets the puck. She's going to skate past center ice, trying to take it to the right-hand circle inside of the Blue Devil zone, passes it backwards. Nope, can't get it. She's bothered and taken it away by number 12, Caitlin Jones. Jones, head full of steam. She gets it poked out. Now the Broncos take it right back. Addison Brown off the wall. Now Addison Brown to herself. She enters the attack zone. She's going to try and skate around from behind the ice. She runs into Brie Ostendorf, and that's taken away by the Blue Devils. Pass up the ice intended for Diedrich, but that's going to go all the way to the other side, and that's going to be icing against the Blue Devils. So face off in the right-hand circle. Inside of the Blue Devil territory, the senior Addison Brown facing off with, I believe, number 9, Greenis. Broncos can't recover it just yet. Now it's the Blue Devils who come up with the puck inside of the neutral zone. Lexi Wood off the wall, trying to get up to Clay Bundy. She will force it into the attack zone. And now it's Millie Lindahl-Satinsky. Can't get to it. Addison Brown instead. Off the wall. Now the puck is loose behind the net, recovered by the Blue Devils. From behind their own net, she passes it up the wall to Diedrich. Diedrich trying to get past Lexi Wood. She does, passes it up the ice intended for Wessel, but Wessel can't get to it. Broncos take it right back inside their own zone. Addison Brown makes one miss, but then loses it. Taken away by Diedrich. Lexi Wood takes it right back inside her own zone. She's going to try and get ahead of steam from behind the net. Gets past one, passes up the ice to Addison Brown. Addison Brown now far side of the ice. Past center ice. She makes one miss. Now she's going to try and skate around from behind the net. She's got Clay Bundy there right in front of the net for a feed. She can't get the feed, though. Hit the side of the blades of a Blue Devil. That was, not Wessel, Lopez. Now the puck is loose inside center ice. Nobody yet with clear possession as the Broncos force it into the defensive zone of the Blue Devils. Bree Ostendorf trying to backtrack a little. She can't get past Claiborne as she forces the turnover. And shot on net, and that's the Broncos number 9. Bella Amarud slips it past the skate of Izzy Lee, and that's a 3-1 lead for the Broncos. And guess what? It's the 8th grader, Bella Amarud with the net. That Broncos goal came at the 8:33 mark of period number 3. We're going to see if they award an assist, but that very well could be an unassisted goal for the 8th grader. So, hey, good for her on that. Bella Amarud for the Broncos, an 8th grader making a statement. You know she is going to have a big future.
Bella Amarud. With an assist, number 20, Harper Clay Bundy.
Harper Clay Bundy getting the assist.
Clay Bundy at 8:33.
Harper Clay Bundy has 2 points with 2 assists here today, and she has certainly been making a huge statement in her 8th grade season. Almost another goal for Amarud as she was trying to poke the puck in, but no good. Good defense by Izzy Lee. Broncos lead by 2, 3-1. Just over 7.5 minutes left here in period number 3. Puck is knocked loose and deep into the Bronco territory. We are likely to get an icing. And that is indeed going to be an icing against the Blue Devils. So we're going to get a face-off inside of Prairie Center's defensive zone. 7:26 to go. We are now 9:34 into the 3rd period. Broncos leading by 2 on the PSA scoreboard. Looking to stay strong here as they keep forcing the puck towards the net. Pass to Addison Brown. Addison Brown's shot goes wide left. Strapko couldn't get there in time. That's going to be almost taken away. And I think that got flipped outside of the rink. For a second there, almost, if it was just a little bit higher, it almost could have landed right inside of the score booth. So 7:11 to go in period number 3. Broncos leading by 2. Blue Devils, they need to make sure they don't get too desperate with their shots on net. Strapko and Addison Brown fighting for the puck along the wall. Strapko comes up with it, pass along the wall, but Lexi Wood wasn't in position to receive it. It's going to make its way all the way to the other side of the ice. Liv Werner comes up with the puck, pass deep down the ice to Clay Bundy, but that is going to be possibly stolen away. But I think they call offsides, actually. 6:52 to go in the 3rd period. For those of you watching on YourLiveEvent.com, I forgot to start the clock, so I'm just going to let it run here as I call the game. Broncos knock it into the neutral zone. Strapko can't get to it. It's number 13 who comes up with it. Now the puck is loose in the air. Broncos almost able to come up with it. Clay Bundy, she's going to take it away. Knocks it into the neutral zone. She's going to try and skate. She has a head full of steam going after Wessel. Wessel knocks it into the neutral zone, trying to get a pass up the ice to Ariana Lopez, and that's going to be no icing called. Right there to try and take it is Diedrich. Diedrich is wrestling with Lexi Wood along the wall. Wood is able to knock it out. She's trying to get a pass behind the wall over to Strapko. Strapko knocks into the neutral zone, recovered by number 9, Greenis. Greenis is going to skate backwards and try and get her team set up for some plays to happen. Her pass goes down the near wall, and that's going to lead to an icing instead. So these icings obviously are hurting the Blue Devils here, because the Broncos, they have been forcing the puck on net. In fact, I think this has been the most shots on net, almost, that they've had all game. Broncos had 13 in the first period, 12 in the second period, and now they are just about to reach They have 9 now, so I was actually incorrect on my numbers there. Sydney Lindell-Statisky trying to get the save. Puck was loose for a second there in front of the Bronco net. Almost a dangerous situation, but they recover. Now it's Nelson trying to force the puck out. Broncos defense. Long shot, wrister off the glove. Almost a ricochet, and I think Alexis Davis was able to get the cover, and her teammates coming in clutch to laying the boom on what almost was a big ricochet opportunity for the Blue Devils. So we're going to get a face-off in the right-hand circle. Alexis Davis, besides the 1 goal allowed in the first period, she has been absolutely solid in net. 12 saves for the night. And that's another save, so make it 13 now. The Blue Devils trying to capitalize off of the face-off and go for a quick goal, because quick scoring is going to be big for the Blue Devils with 5 minutes and 36 seconds left in period number 3. We're reaching short time now with a 2-goal deficit to try and make up. Puck is loose though. Nelson speeding down the ice. She beats Prairie Ostendorf. She can't get a clean shot on net as number 12, looking at Caitlin Jones, was able to disrupt her big shot opportunity, but the Broncos recover in the neutral zone. Forces into the defensive zone, but Pavlik able to stop it from getting past center ice. She's going to keep knocking back in. Pavlik from the blue line passes it up the ice. She gets it to Millie Lindahl-Satinsky. Millie trying to get a centering pass, no good. Puck is loose. No one yet able to get a stick on it. Now it's going to be the Caitlin Jones who gets a stick on the puck. She's bothered at the wall. She forces up the wall, and I think that's going to be a possible penalty against the Broncos. It is. It's a penalty against the Broncos. Cross-checking called. And so it's going to be Pavlik sent to the penalty box, and this is going to be a huge penalty power play for the Blue Devils with 4:48 to go. Broncos need to stay solid here. Penalty called at 12:12. Power play for the Blue Devils. And that's already going to be a good start for the Broncos. They killed off 1 penalty earlier, and they're looking to do it again. Diedrich crosses the blue line. I think we're going to get an offsides called against the Blue Devils. So they lose 20 seconds. And the Cam River Fighting Walleye were able to get a goal in the second period against the Fort Francis Lakers. It's 2-1 over in the Ice for Kids Arena for the SIJHL contest. Broncos lead by 2, 3-1 over the Blue Devils. Long shot, wrister from the blue line is caught.
Cross check. That's Pavlik for cross check at 12-12.
So after the goal save by Alexis Davis, we're going to get a face-off in the left-hand circle. Addison Brown in for the face-off for the Broncos, up against number 8 of the Blue Devils, Ariana Lopez. Addison Brown trying to backhand the puck out of the way. No good. Long shot. Nobody there for the ricochet. Goes wide left. Blue Devils trying to set up another shot opportunity. No good. Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky with the puck loose. She's going to force it into the neutral zone and then knock it all the way into the Blue Devils zone. They are going to buy some time here. A minute and just over a minute, 10 seconds left in the power play for the Blue Devils. As they recover the puck, they need to score on this one. This is a big opportunity, but Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky able to force the puck back inside the Blue Devils zone. Now they finally get into the neutral zone, but it's Strapko that time knocking along the walls and deep into the Blue Devil territory. Pass up the ice. Strapko can't get the interception. Almost knocked free. This is Wessel. Wessel had a goal in the first period. She's trying to find an answer against the Broncos. She loses her stick, though. That was Clay Bunny making the defensive play. So she has been all over the place. The 8th grader having herself a solid game here on senior night. As Clay Money has 2 assists and plenty of defensive plays, almost a couple of shots on goal. Now it's Wessel, gets it past 1. She gets the puck up the ice, trying to pass it over to Greenus. Greenus taken away as Addison Brown knocks it off the wall, and Blue Devils can't keep the puck in the zone, and they're going to get the penalty killed off. The Broncos make it 0 for 2 on power plays for the Blue Devils as we get a cover by Izzy Lee. Blue Devils 0 for 2 in power plays, and so sadly couldn't get it done in the power play. That would have been huge for them, and they also lose plenty of time as well. 2:45 left to go in period number 3. They are down by a 2-goal lead for the International Falls Broncos. Have Bella Amarud in on the faceoff. Broncos win it. Lexi Wood, long shot wrister, goes wide left and high, and almost forced out. Tenley Thompson trying to keep the puck in zone, but the Broncos, great force checking. My goodness, Jansen able to knock it deep into the Blue Devil zone, recovered by the Blue Devils. The captain, number 12, Caitlin Jones, she hits the ice though. Bella Emery trying to poke it out. Now it's recovered by Bree Ostendorf. A lot of Broncos hitting a lot of players hitting the ice here in the third period. 2 minutes left now. Broncos able to force it back into the defensive zone of the Blue Devils. Now the Blue Devils answer right back, hitting it across the ice. We are likely going to get an icing called. We do. And so icing called with 1:57 to go. Still a 2-goal lead for the Broncos, and they are certainly looking to come away with a win here and tie up the 3-game series with the Prairie Center Blue Devils. They're Last time these two teams faced off, it was a 1-0 loss for the Broncos after a second period goal by the Blue Devils. This time the Broncos are leading 3-1. Pass up the ice. This is for the Blue Devils. Number 7 bothered by 4 different Broncos defensive players. A long shot, 6 save by Alexis Davis. That was Harper Anderson trying to go for the wrister. Puck is loose. No one yet with, and I think we're going to get a penalty. We might get, looks like we're just going to get a face-off inside of the Blue Devil defensive zone with 1:31 to go. 3-1. Broncos lead on the PCA scoreboard. No timeouts left, but if we do get a timeout, it's going to be brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For home professionally clean all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Tom and Gretchen are going to take great care of you. Pavlik, the blue liner, can't keep it in. Knocked out, but Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky able to recover. She gets the pass up the ice, trying to get it to Strapko. That's taken away by the Blue Devils. Puck is in the Broncos zone. Blue Devils centering pass, no one there to connect with. Taken away by Clay Bundy. Clay Bundy can't get the puck past the blue line. She bounced off the blade of a Blue Devil. Now the Broncos get it past the blue line. Scramble along the wall. Blue Devils force it back into the Broncos zone. This is Pavlik with the puck from behind the net. Bounces off the wall, gets it past the blue line. Blue Devils have to avoid the offsides. They give it up. Broncos, Addison Brown, deep pass down the ice. And it looks like the Blue Devils are going empty net. Less than a minute left now. Deep pass, deep shot on net. No good. Blue Devils, they got to force it up the ice. They do. This is Diedrich. Pass center ice. She gets it past one Bronco. Now she passes it backwards. Wessel with a shot on net goes wide left. Broncos forcing the puck back into the neutral zone. 20 seconds left to go. Now it's Addison Brown who knocks it down the ice. And Ostendorf. Oh, puck is poked out. Addison Brown making a great play there, but didn't have a teammate to take it away. And now with the final seconds, we are going to get an icing called. And unfortunately for the Blue Devils, that's going to put the face-off in their own defensive zone. So that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. The International Falls Broncos are going to come away with a 3-1 win over the Prairie Center Blue Devils here. And they are looking to go into this weekend with all kinds of momentum. Celebrating senior night tomorrow is going to be their Hockey Fights Cancer game against the Blue Devils. 2 p.m. puck drop, immediate shot after the face-off by Addison Brown, and that's going to be it for the game. And once again, final score here on senior night, 3-1. International Falls Broncos get the win here, and they're going to have one more after this one to try and get the series win over the Blue Devils. Shots on goal, Broncos in this third period of action. They got 12 more shots on net. And compared to the Blue Devils, they were able to get 6 more shots on net in that third period of action. And so final score here once again on the PCA scoreboard, 3-1. Broncos come away with a win here on senior night. Shout out to those special seniors for the Broncos. And now they're looking to get another one and win the series against the Prairie Center Blue Devils tomorrow at 2 p.m. Make sure you stay tuned for our post-game show. We have our Domino's Pizza Player Award as well as our Enbridge Energy Player of the game. And also going to be interviewing all of our seniors for today's contest. So make sure you stay tuned for all that to come here. And so we're going to listen to our sponsors, and when we come back, I believe when we come back, they'll be with the seniors up here for the interview, or it's going to be just a quick recap of the game. Final score 3-1 on the PSA scoreboard. Timeout sponsor brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. We're live here from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College. Press box up your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard in Rainy River, Minnesota North College. 218-598-9300. We'll be back after the break. You're listening to Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and watching on yourliveevent.com.
At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call. Today, a new generation of electric co-op members must again answer the call. We are the owners of the co-ops and are the fabric of the communities in which we live and work to take care of ourselves, our neighbors, and our communities' rises. Let it be known, it is time for this new generation to turn the lights on again, to ensure that the quality of life in all of the communities in which we live and work is improved. And when we live up to our purpose, we relight the American dream. Because we are the electric cooperative members of tomorrow, and our work has just begun.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
The unique strengths of Rainy River lie in the fact that you're going to be supported by faculty and staff, and you're going to be supported by the community.
You know, all the professors by name, they all know you by name. We're not just a number, like we actually have a face to the name, which is honestly pretty good. I like it. I'm known, everybody else is known in the school. It makes it feel more comfortable to be here, especially being so far away from home.
Fall is a busy season for local businesses. New projects, fresh goals, and big ideas. At TrueStar, we understand what it takes to grow something real because we're right here with you. I'm Ryan Tamevi with TrueStar. Whether you're expanding your shop, upgrading equipment, or planning ahead, we're here to help you move forward with a business loan that fits. TrueStar Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on social media.
Ready to ride into fall? Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom at Border Bank. Whether it's an ATV for backwoods thrills or a truck built for bonfire season, Border Bank makes it easy to gear up with a consumer loan that fits your lifestyle. Fast decisions, competitive rates, hometown service that goes the extra mile. So don't just rake leaves, run them over. Apply today at borderbank.com or come visit with me at the bank. Border Bank, customer first, community focused. Member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Cooperation created the electric co-ops, and the co-ops banded together and answered the call.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. 218-598-9300. Hey, we're live here from Bronco Arena. Post-game, the Inner Falls Bronco girls hockey team got a big win, 3-1 over the Prairie Center Blue Devils to even up the series 1-1. And the tiebreaker is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Stay tuned for that. I wanted to give a quick recap of the game and how it went. So the game started off, period number 1. It would be the Blue Devils striking first with a goal from number 5, Peyton Wessel, who got an unassisted goal at 4:08. And then it would be followed by a penalty against the Blue Devils at 7:34, also against Wessel. And that was for hooking, and that led to a power play goal for the Broncos. Number 11, Millie Lindahl-Satinsky, who got her first goal of the season. And that came at the 8:08 mark. She was assisted by Tenley Thompson and number 13, Sydney Lindahl-Satinsky, her sister. And then that was kind of it for the first period. Then they went into the second period. It would be a goal by the Bronco senior, the center, Addison Brown. Addison Brown ended up being assisted by the 8th graders, Harper Clay Bundy, and number 15. Excuse me, I was just outside. Adeline Strepko. Yeah, it's cold outside, you guys. I was just out there a minute ago. And then that would be followed by a Bronco penalty with 8 seconds left in the second period against Tenley Thompson for slashing. And then going into the third period, Broncos able to kill off 2 power plays for the Blue Devils, putting them at 0-2 for power plays. And Broncos go 1-for-1, by the way. And then the Broncos would get a goal from the 8th grader, number 9. Got to double check. The freshman, actually, number 9, Bella Amarud. And she was assisted by Harper Clay Bunny. So Clay Bunny has 2 points tonight with 2 assists. And what a game for the Broncos here. And then that would be it for the scoring. But shout out to the goalie for the Broncos, the senior, number 35, Alexis Davis, who ended up having 15 saves for the win here on senior night. So congratulations to the Broncos on the big win here today. I'm going to go see if I can get the seniors up here for a quick interview, and that's going to be an interview that you're actually going to be hearing tomorrow morning in Coach's Corner. So this is going to wrap up our live broadcast. The Domino's Pizza player of the game for the Broncos is going to be the senior, Addison Brown, who got the goal. That would be the game-winning goal. And the Enbridge Energy player of the game would be Harper Claybunny, the 8th grader who had contributed both offensively and defensively in huge ways for the team. And what a game she had for an 8th grader. She certainly has a very bright future ahead of her. And so that's why she's our Enbridge Energy player of the game. And so once again, the final score on the PSA scoreboard, the Broncos 3, the Blue Devils 1, with a big win here on senior night. In fact, one of the seniors is coming up. I feel kind of bad because it's Peyton Roseau, who is injured and on crutches, climbing the stairs for a post-game interview. So let me get your headset plugged in real quick. Oh, gotta unwrap all of this. Just a second now. I'll give that to you. And bit of a cold one. So, Presley Roseau joining me here for senior night post-game interview. Big win here for the team today. And so, what was the energy like in the locker room after this?
Well, I'd say it was pretty upbeat. We were really excited. That's Lexi's first varsity win, actually. So it was kind of more of an emotional excitement, you know?
Yeah. And speaking of Lexi Davis, 15 saves, and a couple of them, some pretty scary ones, too.
Yeah.
Obviously,
That's for sure.
keeping you guys on the edge of your seats for today, huh?
Yeah. Definitely keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, and Addison Brown had the game winner in that second period with her goal, assisted by the 2 8th graders on the team. And they also had a big night tonight. And so how big has it been being able to have a small senior group being able to lead all of these underclassmen players?
Well, at the beginning of the season, it was really hard because, I mean, we have such young players. They're not used to the upbeat pace, but I think they really stepped it up this year. I mean, I wouldn't have wished for a senior year with any other girl than the girls that are on the team.
Yeah, obviously not an ideal way to spend your senior year.
Right.
And I feel really bad because I saw you.
Volleyball and softball.
Yeah. And I felt bad when I saw you coming up the stairs too with the crutches as well. So I was originally planning on just going down the locker room and going to you guys, but really excited to be talking to you guys. Now, obviously, this is the game to tie up this series with Prairie Center, and now you got the tiebreaker tomorrow. So what has to go right tomorrow to get the win in the series?
I think, well, obviously we all need to get our rest tonight. I mean, that's an obvious one, but I think we all need to come with even more energy than we did today.
Absolutely. And, I want to thank you very much for joining me here today. And I got this senior pamphlet here. Oh, my goodness. Almost knocked off my own water, and that would have been terrible because it would have spilled right on my equipment, and I would have gotten fired right then and there. So I wanted to ask you about your favorite hockey memory, because you said it was when Millie Lindahl-Santiski laid you out during practice and just looked at you afterwards. You want to tell that story in full?
Last year, we were working on breakouts and kind of doing forecheck and everything, and I was over on the boards over here getting ready for a breakout, and I turned with the puck, and she just skated at me and knocked me right over. I mean, I was probably every part of my body was above the purple of the boards. It was a good hit, and then she kind of just looked at me, and she was like, trying to figure out whether she should laugh or
just hit you with the look off and then just skate it away.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I want to wish you the very best of luck. I know you said here you're hoping you're going to be attending Rainy River, in fact. And so staying here locally, I want to wish you the very best of luck. And thank you for your time here. And like I said, congratulations on making it to your senior year of high school.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And now I'm going to let you pass on the headset to whichever senior is next. And it looks like it's going to be our winning goaltender here tonight. Alexis Davis, thank you so much for joining me here. First of all, congratulations on the big win here on senior night.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so, what was the energy like for you coming off the ice after today's win?
I was really excited. I kind of just was like screaming. I was full of joy. I couldn't stop smiling.
Yeah, and I mean, even smiling right now. And so, once again, congratulations. Obviously, senior night, that's the big one. You want to get a win. And especially against a team where you guys are always trading back and forth, too, right?
Yeah.
And so, only had 15 saves total today, had the 1 goal let in the first period. So what were you telling yourself after that first goal went in and you wanted to...
I was just like telling myself that no more can go in. Like, you got to like lock in. This is your game. This is your night. You got to do it.
Absolutely. And it had certainly a lot of really great saves, and a lot of scary saves too.
Yeah.
Like, how are you trying to keep your brain from going into panic mode in a lot of those moments?
It goes into panic mode, but I just try my best to keep calm as much as possible.
Yeah, you're basically saying, oh yeah, that's my secret. I'm always panicking.
Yeah, basically.
Absolutely. Well, honestly, obviously a big win here, because now you guys are going into tomorrow with the series tied up, trying to get the series win over Prairie Center. And so, why is it that you guys are always so back and forth with each other? There's always such exciting games.
I feel like it's like a mindset thing, because I feel like we're both pretty even with each other. It's just like depends on the day, I feel like.
Yeah.
Kind of who's wanting it more than the other.
And clearly you guys wanted them more, a big 3-1 win here tonight.
Yeah.
So congratulations again. And I wanted to ask you about your hockey memory, because you said last year in Long Prairie, you had a puck come right at your head and you went down in slow motion and it was your first win in net. So I was wondering if you could tell me more about that story.
So they were just shooting it and it came straight at my head and I fell straight back and I saved it, but I just fell, and I look over and I see my coach just busting out laughing. He thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Was that Coach Kershaw or another coach?
Coach Kershaw.
I know one thing I wanted to point out, and people are going to hear this tomorrow morning on Coach's Corner, but I got a chance to talk to him, and he was talking about how you only recently went to goalie. What made you want to make that scary change from playing defense to being in the net, where you're more constricted on where you can go on the ice and have a huge responsibility?
I just feel like I could step up and do that position for my team, because we kind of needed an extra goalie at the time, and so I chose to step up, and ever since then I kind of loved it.
Absolutely. Well, I want to congratulate you again on a big win on senior night, and I wish you the best of luck, because you're going to UMD. That's pretty big. So good luck when you go to Minnesota Duluth. Don't forget us up here in the Icebox of the Nation. And once again, congratulations on a win on senior night.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And now let's see who's going to be our next senior interview. It's going to be Ava Werner. Thank you very much for joining me here, Ava Werner. Big win here on senior night, 3-1 over Prairie Center. Always a lot of good games against Prairie Center. So obviously, having them be the senior night game was ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now going into tomorrow's game, tomorrow's going to be the tiebreaker against them. What's it going to take to get a win tomorrow?
I definitely think just pushing to our very best effort, pushing ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know you said here in this little pamphlet, one of your favorite memories is playing your first home game alongside your sister, Liv Werner, who we got to see on the ice here today as well. And you also got a chance to go on the ice for your senior night. What is that like, being able to share the ice with your sister for a season?
So much fun. I mean, when we were younger kids, we go to the outdoor rink a lot and play hockey, but she liked playing with the boys. So she wanted to play with me my senior year, and it's just been so fun.
Absolutely. And seeing all these 8th graders on the team who have been really stepping up.
Oh,
yeah. Like, what have you seniors been doing to help cultivate that growth from these young girls?
I think we really just try to boost their confidence, make them feel very confident in themselves, push them to their very best effort, and they've been working really hard, so.
Absolutely. And I know, unfortunately, injured this year, and so weren't able to play your senior year, but what do you think was probably your favorite memory from the season?
I think just being able to play with my sister my senior year.
Absolutely. And I know you shared here your college plans. looked at the wrong one. Attending College of St. Scholastica and getting into exercise physiology and continuing in dance because I know that's coming up as well.
Yep.
And so I know we've talked in previous interviews before, but that must be a crazy balance for you, dance and hockey.
Yeah, it's definitely two opposite things, but
one's a little bit more physical, the other one's a little bit more physically demanding.
right.
And so obviously they kind of play off each other, though. I get. Helps with the balance and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
The balance, the core strength, all of it.
Yeah, so I could never imagine being able to do both. So that's why I got to congratulate you on, for one, making it to your senior year and being able to balance both. And I want to wish you the very best of luck when you move on to St. Scholastica. And any words of advice for the freshmen?
Just keep on pushing yourselves. Never give up. Believe in yourselves because I believe in you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time. And like I said, best of luck
Thank you.
in your senior year.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And let's see, who is our next senior interview? We have our senior manager, Morgan DeMars. You've been the manager for 2 years for the hockey team.
Yep.
And so obviously you also playing a big role as the senior manager. I know, me personally, I always do my best to show respect to the managers because I know they tape my ankles for football. And so if obviously they can cut off the circulation in my foot if I am too mean to them. And so what is it like from your perspective, from the manager perspective, being involved with the team this year?
Well, I don't know. They're just like fun to be around, and they're always super nice to us because I know if they're not, then they'll probably get skated at practice.
And of course, working with a lot of young girls on the team this year, a lot of 8th graders, a lot of 9th graders on the team. And so, how have you, from your position, been trying to help lead them?
Just always like be there for them, be a leader, and offer them rides if they need it, or if they need something, I'll do it for them.
Absolutely. And so this was the one I wanted to ask about the most. You said your favorite hockey memory was apparently Tenley Thompson getting you guys lost and ending up in an RV park. Can you expand upon that story?
Well, we were out of town for this game actually, and Brian said you guys have to be at the bus by a certain time, and so we all met in the hallway. And we didn't know where to go, and then Tenley jumped in line and was like, I'll take us to the bus. And we were all like, I don't know if we trust you.
Oh, no.
And then we trusted her, and we ended up to, like, this RV spot. And then we finally got back to the bus, and Brian was like, you guys are a little late.
At one point, didn't you guys realize you were late or that you were lost?
We knew that we were lost when we ran into some campers.
Oh, no. And, of course, Tenley Thompson hasn't been taking the lead for those kind of trips for a while now.
Yep.
Well, I know. Oh, my gosh, why did I close it? You mentioned here your future plans is to get your degree in early childhood education. And so I want to wish you the very best of luck in your endeavors after high school. And I want to congratulate you on making it to your senior year. Any words of advice you want to share before we pass the mic on?
Not really.
Well, like I said, I want to thank you for your time here today. Wish you the best of luck in your senior year as you continue your senior year. It's only the winter season. Got another season after this. And best of luck.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I believe our final senior interview of today. And I realized I forgot to hand out those Domino's Pizza certificates to all those seniors I was just talking to, but it's okay. Addison Brown, our Domino's Pizza player of the game for today, getting that big second period goal, assisted by 2 8th graders. And so, what can you tell me about this game? What was probably the biggest positive you guys took away?
I think the biggest positive of this game that we took away was probably how well we moved the puck. With teams like this that are a little bit like more at our level, we have a lot more time to think and a lot more time to move the puck, and I think that's something we did really well tonight. I will say, playing with those girls, I don't care if they're in 8th grade, I don't care if they're in 12th grade, they're working hard, and that's all I ask, right? And they work hard. And, Strapko, she works her heart out, and so does Clay Bundy, and I'm really glad they both had that assist on that goal, and that was a really big goal to kind of push us forward. And then Bella there at the end, same thing. Bella's in 8th grade too, and she buried one at the end, and that really.
I think she's in 9th grade actually. Yeah, 9th grade.
Oh my gosh.
But she did get an assist from Clay Bundy on that goal. So.
Yeah. No, they're working hard, and that one really helped too to push it over the edge.
Yeah, so certainly a very bright future for the hockey program, and I'm certainly glad to be a part of that future. at least planting those seeds in the younger girls?
Yeah, no, I am super happy. They're a great group of girls, and they're going to do good things.
Absolutely. And now I wanted to ask, because you said one thing that your teammates will remember you for is immature senior captain Addie Brown. Is that something they've directly told you, or is that something that you assume they've told you?
Yeah, so that's kind of been like a year-long joke. I don't know. I'm kind of a goof, okay? I'm a pretty loud person, so I kind of say too much sometimes. And they're always in the locker room. Usually Tenley and Elise. Tenley Thompson and Elise Pavlik are always like, immature senior captain Addie Brown is acting up. Or like, I don't know, I'll say something and they'll be like, who's this immature senior? So yeah, it's funny. Kirsty actually messaged me, her mom was making that up, and I was like, you know what? We're going to put immature senior captain in there.
Special shout out to Kirsty Hansen, because I know she's been injured for a good portion of the season, and so now going into tomorrow, you guys have a chance to get the series lead over Prairie Center after tying up the series tonight. What's it going to take to get that push and get that second win in a row against them?
I think we got to come out really hard tomorrow. I mean, get a quick jump and get the wheels moving. We are at Bacchus in the morning volunteering, so all the girls will be together. We'll all be up and ready to go. So, yeah, I think just get a quick jump, and it's a attainable game. And Brian told us this coming Tuesday we play them again. We're going to go down to Long Prairie, so we're going to have a 4-series game.
Okay,
exciting.
then.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be a lot of fun. You guys seem to have a lot of really fun games against them, this one included.
Yeah.
And I know tonight was also a big win because Alexis Davis had first varsity win in net, and on senior night nonetheless.
Yeah. No.
So energy must have been electric in that locker room afterwards.
Yeah, no, the energy was super good. All the girls are happy. It's great to see everyone smiling.
Absolutely. And I know you said here you're planning to study sports psychology and pursue hockey at the collegiate level. And I want to wish you the very best of luck after high school. But first, let's bring it to them tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. Best of luck. And want to wrap this up now and say happy senior night to all of our seniors here, including you, Addison Brown. And any words of advice before we close this broadcast?
I would say just, work hard. That's all you can do. Just keep working. Hard work beats talent, and that's our motto.
You heard it from the Domino's Pizza player herself. This has been Augie Schmidt live on Lakes Country 104.1 and KSDM and on yourliveevent.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and tune in tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. puck drop for Game 3 between the Inner Falls Broncos and the Prairie Center Blue Devils.